Hey, my name is PolishLynx and welcome to another episode of Don't Forget Our Esports Dream. After the big tournament, apparently we are back in Korea, I believe. Oh, that's them! Hold steady!
What the? Who said you could come back here?
Oh, sorry, but this is a big moment. How to congratulate him in a way that's bumbleboo. Ja, so just act like everything's normal and we'll do the rest.
Minseo, is that you? After a long pause, we watch Minseo's head inch above the counter, stopping once her eyes are level with the surface.
Surprise!
What she said?
Congrats on seconds, the one I've told Dying to hear about the dream. I screamed like crazy when I saw you. That you big log.
That she did.
Oh, come on, you seem pretty happy too, Mr. Clark.
Cause I put bets on his games. So once win paid out huge odds. I suppose you can have today free of charge for that. You'd be surprised what all the expats and bitter leftists will put on a game of StarCraft. Can you take this somewhere else? Go ahead, Miso. I'll catch up. I log into my station, for I've got no intention of grinding much today. It was Hustle Bros AC side from my phone, so I could only catch bits and pieces of the reaction, but now I can enjoy it in full. Check it! I point out the thread with ICG results. It's got almost 100 pages now, most of which are solely devoted to raging on luck. I mean that, netizens widely acknowledge me as an underrated player. Those that aren't mocking CHB Renewed are guessing what team will sign me. We expected as much, don't gloat too much.
Wow, soon Quan, your fan club is gonna explode! I have to give tips to whoever decides to manage it. Have you heard from any teams?
Not yet. All my points of contact were with CHB Renowned. Even if I want to get in touch, I'm not sure I could.
They should move fast or they'll miss out. Maybe you should go see if anyone at the KPGA office has a lead for you.
That's a good idea. They'll probably want to hear about ICG while we're there.
That reminds me, would you guys be willing to play in my tournament? It might help attract some good players to sign up.
Like some kind of local meetup.
Yeah, I was telling you now about how I wanna be a Starlink hostess, and she pointed out I had to get experience like any other job to get hired. No, League, our tournament wants me an amateur host. We checked. But if I run it myself, I'll get the chance.
KPGA players aren't allowed to participate in non-sanctioned tournaments.
Well, I could try to organize it super secretly, and then maybe you could join in.
Where's the venue? JY High School? Minseo thrusts her hands outward and does a full twirl. Here. A golden zone fire, apparently.
I already asked Mr. Clark, he said he'd think about it.
You looking for PC time?
No, I want to ask you about your store. I'm Yuna.
You can call me Cool. Go ahead then.
I see PC bunks on every street corner, but I know almost nothing about them. What does it take to run one?
It's not just Aspire 2 if that's what you're wondering.
I didn't think it was. Sorry, what I mean is that I'm interested in alternatives, learning about them.
PC was almost covered at least. Very much in sales, keep me out of the red. I make it work by living in the office downstairs. Been at it for half a decade now.
Do you enjoy it?
You can learn to enjoy the struggle.
I've always heard that, but I can't seem to with this test.
That's different. What they put you kids through those days. Our government used to outlaw cram schools. Did you know that? Cram school witness the gap between those who can and cannot transit, and dull the spark for those that do.
That makes sense.
Stop there. You and your classmates aren't doing anything wrong. This is the fault of us adults.
No, I appreciate it. It's a relief to hear someone else say out loud what I only understand as a feeling.
I don't have good advice for you. Those two might have more to offer you than I do.
Just lie, Minseo. How many times have I told you to lie to these people? You owe them nothing. You have been way easier to run it at school. Your untamed spirit inspires me, Jet. Don't let any KPGA teams hear you say that stuff.
Speak of, I'm off to the offices. Wanna come with me, Chaeyoung?
Pass. I don't think I'm ready for that. But good luck.
Yeah, later. Barely a year ago, I stepped into this office. At the time, I was set to move into an overseas dorm by the end of the month. My braver win guaranteed me nothing but my license, but I was certain I demonstrated the qualities an amateur should embody. A week later, I'd shatter my life trajectory irrevocably. From our cramped team camps, I revealed in my new freedom and shook with anxiety as to whether or not I'd made a mistake. Would I do it all again? I answered the question myself as soon as I walked through those glass doors at the front. Without an appointment, I relied on recognition to get me past the waiting room and face to face with coordinator, but the receptionist has a clue who I am. Yet when I step forward to test whether or not that's true, I catch a glimpse of Coach Park far down the hall. I can make this work. Coach Park!
Hey, wait a second!
But I'm too quick. She considers chasing after me, but decides against it when Coach Park's wide-eyed panic subsides.
Ah, Sequan! Was surprised to see or not, I suppose, after this weekend. Congratulations, by the way.
Can you help me get a meeting with one of the KPGA liaisons? Maybe? Huh? Wink wink. Coach Park leans back onto his heels, taken by a sudden thought. When he answers, it's with uncommon vitality.
I see. Well, I'm supposed to have a meeting with the vice chairman in a few minutes. Why don't you take a look? I'm sure he'll be interested to hear about ICG.
As expected. Still, this turned out pretty well, and Coach might have done, but that's it. That it's Coach Park makes things even easier. Whatever I could do to help the organization. And myself.
Great! Anyway, the conference room is right down the school. Follow me.
The KPGA building is just as impressive as any other. Oh, that's not the one I took the earphones from. Anyway, with so many high-profile sponsors, it's important to show that our teams are worthy of bearing their names. Coach Park finds a seat in a waiting room outside of the offices further down the hall. Whoever he came to meet must be busy. There's little for me to say to him. I don't want to regain CHB renown anymore. We wait in silence for almost 10 minutes before a man in a tight-fitting suit steps out of an elevator and into the hallway. Coach Park rises, expecting him to wave us into an office. Instead, the man surveys us briefly and takes a seat across from us. He says nothing. Eyes set on Coach Park.
Okay, afternoon, Vice Chair. Hope you don't mind, but I brought a guest along.
There's zero chance that the Vice Chairman of Operations recognized me, but I remember him well from my KPGA orientation. Of all the speeches I heard that day, he was mercifully short and succinctly powerful. We may compete, but we're all on the same team. Sung-Kwan Lee, Vice Chairman, Bolt is my handle.
You have a license? He does. Sung-Kwan took second at ICG July last weekend. Christ. Who keeps letting our low-level talent outside the country?
It was only pop forward to so. I'm Coach Park's foreign player, currently teamless.
You got this, young man. Well, I'm in charge of the roster.
The Vice Chair flicks a hand at Coach Park and they takes the documents that Park retrieves from his folder. As much as I'd like to take a shot at Coach Park while I'm in front of the Vice Chairman, I must stay professional. It's in the past right now. I'm more focused on getting back on the team than anything.
Shouldn't have much issue with your recent placing. I know that Shakti One has space on the roster.
Yeah, I'm interested. My time on CHB Reno prepared me for a leap like that. Coach doesn't seem to know what to say. What I see on his face isn't modesty but embarrassment. With his eyes still set on the page, Vice Chairman Cho answers the question of what Coach Park is doing here.
At least they could do one thing right. I should have said so earlier, Sung-Wan, but CHB is pulling out of the league. And according to this, Renown can afford to run past the end of the month without the title sponsor support.
Wait, are you serious? The vice chair eyes me, and in that stare I see two things. One, quiet down, and two, keep this matter private. I realized the situation was so dire.
But Locke's excess run last season might have kept us going. It's a shame.
There is decent thought on CHB Renown, but our team league results were mostly underwhelming. I get CHB Inc.'s disappointment, but dropping the team entirely? What will happen to the players?
That's what we're here to decide. 7 teams won't do. Bad for optics, bad for team league, and bad for stability. I can't believe I'm considering this.
It's only but temporary. We'll find another sponsor as soon as possible. This could even be a good thing. CHB wasn't exactly premium partner in comparison to some of the other team sponsors.
My brother-in-law chairs distribution at CHB.
Sorry.
We'll move ahead, tentatively. And for the love of God, don't call that team KPGA Renown.
Right. Thank you, Vice Chairman.
I promise to reward the pay if you're putting us. I'm withholding your KPGA salary until you fix this park. Find sponsor by year's end or you're out.
Yes, sir, will do.
Now then, Lee, I'll put forward a recommendation to Coach Kang. That should help you on your way.
You do it for me? Just like that?
You strike me as committed. I'd like to see more of that in our players. Loyalty pays in this organization.
I am, and sorry, but I have something unreasonable to ask. Recommend Cha Young's song for Shakti 1 as well, please.
No, she failed Shakti 1 once before.
I know things didn't work out, but Cha Young is a good player and still can be an asset to the league.
I know what you think gives you the authority to say that. For as valuable as she should have been to our marketing efforts after just a few months, song was impossible to work with.
Then our team, anything I do, it's important to me.
When I offer a recommendation, I offer my honest feelings. In your case, it serves you well. In hers, it doesn't. If it's so important to you, ask Coach Kang yourself, that all?
Yes, sir. Understood. Dick.
Good. Before you go, I have a few questions about ICG.
I'm transferring to the best of my memory about venue size, sponsors, demographics, personal numbers from last weekend, show stands and storms into his office. I can hear the vice chairman pounds numbers to the desk phone through the wall.
That went alright for both, I think.
Yeah, appreciate the introduction, man.
It's time, I'll admit we're in a real slump for if Locke can perform. If Jet is back on the market, we could make room for her on the rooster. The fan support could really help, and she's got it in droves. Think she'd want to join Renown?
You'd offer that for her, after cutting me?
I am thinking you'd mind after such a great offer from Shakti 1. You have to understand that we could use Jet as more than just practice partner. I could even play her in the team league right away.
If you had asked before ICG, she might have said yes, but it's too late now.
Hey.
I won't let her join Renown. It's not in her interest. Don't take it personally. I feel guilty if this setback put an end to your coaching career. Without waiting for the response, I offer a slight smile and then stroll out of the KPGA offices. But then again, you are kinda joining the team that she was in. Whatever. I begin to Golden Sunfire on my way back to the Goshiwon reveals that on the Yuna stack route, I find her with a chair wheel behind Smoke's desk. She mentioned something about computer trouble back home, but the PC bank doesn't make much of a steady spot. How long until the exam? 10 weeks?
82 days. 82 days until my life begins or ends.
That wasn't a suicide threat. Stop looking at me like that. Being around you is off-putting.
Gee, thanks.
No, I mean that I was exactly like you. A little sharper around the edges maybe, but I remembered what you were going through like it was yesterday. I follow as she makes her way down the steps and onto the street. Really, and in another life, I'll be doing all the things your parents expect you to next year. Huh.
Not everyone but you and Chai Young are mindless, conforming drones. For me, this life is mandatory.
I don't think that. If you're working towards the things you want, I've got nothing but admiration for you.
I'm not, because like most people, I don't get to chase after the exact thing I want. I want to travel, I want my own house. Those things are only realistic if I go to college in America, but my family can't afford it unless I get a scholarship. I know exactly how broken system that mandates cram school is. If every student in Korea agreed to stop going tomorrow, we'd save our youth and our parents' money.
True.
But that's the hand we've all been dealt, and it's play or lose. You are competitive and clearly thrive in a society that demands it. The rest of us are simply surviving, so don't call us the same.
I guess I'm the surviving type. Kind of. When you get the test score you want, you'll change your mind.
I hate that you're probably right.
Before we part ways at the her door, you not turn towards me.
You're lucky to know Chaeyoung, she's like you.
It makes our minor differences more noticeable, but you're right, I am.
It's rare to have someone like that, if you didn't know.
She hangs on that and then retreats behind her door without beating my eyes again. I prayed this would be the last week I spent at Degoshiwen. There is nothing I want to remember about this place and hardly anything to pack. Living behind the hotel room in Zhuhai was probably more of a struggle. That day in the CHB renowned house is still with me, but I'm a programmer until decide otherwise. Motivational posters say failures means giving up, but relentless pursuit of the impossible isn't a success. Even I, who could live on the dregs of my upbringing indefinitely, know the dead ends that await a life like that. Did I have to learn that, or was it in my blood? Either way, it's what led me to come this far in the first place.
Sorry about the delay, Sung-Kwan. Come on in. I'll be honest, it didn't occur to me at the time, but it makes sense, and I think it's our line the fans will dig. Come on, that pic of us with the flag.
Fierce greens white, accepting the pen when I turned. For as formal a contract as this one, everything surrounding my return seems remarkably casual. Yeah, the commentators will call me a traitor prince.
Nah, Ki-Jung's the one catching most of the heat from the fans.
Good, that's what he deserves.
It's better we keep real personal issues like that quiet. That's too much meat for the netizens. Still, I don't know how I'd feel if a mentor turned on me like that. I can't promise we won't field you against him in Team League, for.
You're the one calling the shots on the Team League roster? Fierce spins the pen deftly. The feat is impressive to perform without an observer to appreciate it.
Coach Kang works more like a team manager. We built a culture heavy on initiative. You won't find set schedules or practice hours here. It's not my job to call the lineup for Team League, but the guy is fair to me because I've got the best grasp on who to field. Lots of other stuff like that on Shock T1. Hope you can adapt.
It is true, you've got maid service?
Once a week. CHB round doesn't. That's depressing. 200,000 won a month isn't much, but it will add up with all your other expenses paid for.
I made almost 30 times that amount with my $6,000 second place ICG payout. Still, it's better than what CHB Renown was paying me, which was nothing. Just as Fierce offers over the final page of my Shock T1 contract, I hold a hand at him. Wait, I know this sudden, but is there room for another one on the roster?
You couldn't have brought this up earlier.
Who? Chaeyoung Song.
I
know it didn't end well the first time.
Do you know why it didn't well? She has ego problems. She doesn't take criticism well, and she's not a team player. I'm surprised that you associate with her.
Is it true she wasn't allowed to live in the team house?
That was what the team wanted at the time. I'm not going to defend whether it was the right thing to do, but it was the majority decision.
How could you expect her to be a part of the team if she couldn't feel like one? Really, was she like anything more than a face to market?
She wanted to compete, I saw it, even if the management did, but it is enough just to want it. Even though it's turned out to be a huge benefit to us. Jet was the catalyst for us to set up the practice room at CoX, but she left before it was up and running.
I know that, but that isn't what I asked.
I gotta say you've got some serious guts to dredge this up. will convene with the team tonight. If you can sell them on her, she can join.
Appreciate it.
You would have asked if it wasn't important. If she plans to live at the house, let her know. It will be hard to find privacy.
She'll manage. I'm certain of that. What is this? Charity, I was doing fine on my own. I don't need your pity. You push me towards the best version of myself. I want you as my teammate. I don't deserve it. What? Of course you do. I don't deserve it. I don't. I need to refute that. It's wrong. When I try, my jaw locks. I wring a hand on my face and notice my lips are missing. A scream dies my neck. I deserve it. I don't deserve it. She turns away. Light edges into my vision. Then, wave. I feel my body, then my loose undershirt. I'm sweating and it goes to my mouth. Relief washes over me. Exhale. My new Shock T1 teammates agreed to take Jet after some insistent convincing. What the hell do I have to be worried about? This is a near triumph for both of us. The single box I moved into this place waits on the desk. All my possessions now, including my contract and tax form from ICG. I dress, gather my things, and close the door behind me for the last time. It's starting to meet up. You better have good news. Chaeyoung grabs her eyes and yawns wide. It spreads to a nearby patron who has very clearly been here all night. I accepted an offer yesterday. As expected. Still, good to hear. From Shock T1.
Well, their top tier team can't complain.
And they want you as well. Oh wow, you're serious. I'm serious. Well, alright, I guess you're one. Thanks. Yeah, you're welcome. That makes us teammates now. No big change there. And they let you live in the team house, I made sure. That's great. I can call you good for nothing, huh? If you'd rather look somewhere else, I won't stop you, but now we're even. What? Why would I? We have made back in. This is why we hang out in the first place. She peeks in the box on my PC desk, poking through clothes and papers until she finds what she's looking for. My license. Look at that face! I'll bet you thought you'd have a Star League win within the year. Now you can, and I'll be there to see you do it. You're there to do it yourself, this competition. You can move in whenever you're ready. No salary at least at first, but you've got a bed and a station. That makes me a practice partner, huh? I'm going to take some time to think. You'll see me tonight. I run a hand through my hair. I guess that's it. But before I can head out.
What's this? You get kicked out of your house or something?
No. Invited back into it, actually. He squints at the contract sticking out of my cardboard box, intent on the tiny text lashed across a half dozen pages.
I see. So, should I call you Mr. Proclaimer now?
It's not as obnoxious as smoke, so I can't complain. By the way, what's your real name?
Couldn't have asked before you set sail for better waters. Friends call me Ku.
That's not Korean. And you will still see me around if you accept me sales offer.
You're right, I'm half. I don't think I've got much to gain hosting her tournament, but I've got nothing to lose. Maybe next month. Truth be told, running PC Bank is doable business. Could use the variety.
It must at least be nice to own your own business and building.
I lease it, and the last set of PC upgrades set me back. Running PC Bank ain't what it used to be. Everyone owns a computer these days. You're the exception, not the rule.
That's unfortunately true, because I don't think there was any place. Well, at least in my country it was called like PC Cafe, right? But yeah, I think there was one in my city back in the day, but it didn't last long. They basically entered the business way too late. Do we have something like that? We have! Holy, there are 4 of them? Serious? I had no freaking idea. No, that's too far. Wait, that one is on my street? What the fuck? Do you have a website? Why do you not have a website? Damn. Anywho. I'm aware I grew up alongside the boom.
You only know half the story. Back then, right, as everything was coming together, owning a PC bank was as good as it got. It wasn't just the money. Everything was changing. Before then were the bad times. We came out of it, and just a few years later we got the internet. A breath of air for those gasping for freedom. The PC bank was more proof of the progress this country made in 30 years. But how much since then? It's a damn shame.
What, before the 90s? I've heard all about what it was like from my dad. Things weren't so bad as long as you weren't a commie. Anyway, I doubt PC banks will ever fully die off. But you can expect something like that to stay special forever. Yeah, I guess you would need to do some interesting stuff going around.
Don't think hard when you compare the PC bank and StarCraft.
That's completely different.
I'm saying change comes. When you're old and stubborn like me, it's not as easy to take. You enjoy Canton?
China? It's fine. Good to escape the cold, lively, and not too well organized. But no one aside from us outsiders seemed to notice or care. Cole sighs wistfully and feels there to his left with Ash.
Well, most things change. You've got plenty of time left, old. Go make the day worth something.
Who was he? I'm freaking sure he was also at some point a gamer. I'm so sure he was. Anyway, ready? As I'll ever be. Don't be nervous. Why should I be nervous? It's not to be nervous in this situation.
Because if you're nervous, you'll get a grey hair.
Some of these guys were on the team back then. They knew both that old me and the fake me, the KPGA sold.
Don't worry, they're always worth getting to know.
Before I end our meeting, I want everyone to welcome Chaeyoung Song back onto Shakti 1. She's joining us as a practice partner, so I expect matches with her if you're up against a Zerk.
Welcome back, Jet! We'll do our best to commend you, just let us know if you'll need anything.
Thank you. I promise I'll accept your explanations. Please treat me like a normal member of the team.
She bows slightly. A few of our new teammates seem somewhere between taken back and suspicious of her polite manner. She'll show that she's worthy of a spot on the main roster, trust me on that.
I'm excited to see if that's the case. Now then, Bolt and Jet, make sure you familiarize yourself with the schedule. No set practice hours, but wait and exercise as a team. Your jacket should be next week.
From what I've gathered, the truth behind no set practice hours means that players simply grind until they can't take it anymore. The peer pressure and competition for a chance to play in Team League is aptly fierce.
Anyone have questions or concerns?
The Shock T1 members shuffle amongst themselves, most and either staring down Jet or clearly trying not to.
Great Team Leagues this weekend. If you're practicing on the map outside the pool, you better have a good reason.
The team breaks seamlessly when Fierce claps and turns away.
Shish, Bunch were in the making and circuit coach, he's on another level. One maybe two more stunning wins and it will be undeniable. Will be permanently sponsored at least as long as Fierce stays on.
They sure laugh on their way to the kitchen. Jet watches low on the sidelines. When I step towards her, she answers my question before I can even ask it.
I'm fine. Just soaking it all in.
Want to play? No time to waste.
Oh yeah, let's do it!
Can I come inside, please? Jet and I keep myself cornered at the doorway. Letting random guests into the practice area isn't something either of us have the status to pull yet. Not a good idea, especially this early. Jet will tell you all about it.
I've seen enough male underwear for 2 lifetimes. I have to wake 30 minutes earlier than everyone else if I want a shower. Oh, that's so scandalous! Don't think I sound jealous, I'm definitely not! I just can't believe you live with fears! You know, if I could get a picture of these bad tickers in his fan club would...
Pause. Tell us about the tournament. How's it coming along?
We're gonna call it All-Out Attack! Some of my classmates seem interested, so I'm gonna push hard when we open sign-ups tomorrow. Oh, and Axel said he'd try to make it out. I know he must be busy practicing with F1. I'd be so happy even if only swung by.
It's a tall order for either of us, but we'll try our best to make it.
It's okay. I know how busy you guys are. I've seen you on TV so many times already, Sung-Kwan. You're doing great.
I wouldn't call 244 great, but thank you.
Did you catch that quarterfinal match between Locke and Shink? It was crazy! Shink released as good as they say.
Yeah, and Random lost their chance to qualify for the Team League finals a while back. On top of ICG, things aren't looking good for Kijunk. He's too storied a player to let a few setbacks like that to define his reputation, but AC side is taking it as a sign that it's time for him to hang it up.
I know, but don't let that define your win against him. I know if you've seen this yet, but...
Minseo digs around in her bag until she finds her cell phone. After a few seconds of frantic button mashing, she hands me what looks like a popularity poll.
Look at that! You cracked the top 20! It's not the same as the player ratings or anything, but people like you. I saw someone say you'll be the first roller roader in years.
The what? A Star League victory upon a player first qualification to the tournament. A player who has walked the Royal Road is called a Royal Roader. Okay. Of course, the last was Lux's Royal Road. It's an unreal feat by all standards and something that just 3 players have accomplished in about 10 years. Don't hold me to that.
Seriously, he can't even keep a winning record against me.
Jet snatches Minsel's phone to take a look at her place in the pool. After just a month, she's sitting just outside the top 10. Not that she's particularly pleased about it. Don't think that will hold up if you qualify and face me in bracket.
At least you're willing to give me standard practice. Everyone else has me running builds I hate and timing some unfamiliar with.
Practice part life in a nutshell. It will give you some much needed brief. Jet shakes her head, skeptical, before she can answer what Minsel sneaks between us and slips an arm around Chae-Young's waist.
Is your comeback interview today? Try to shout out all out attack if you can.
That's happening. Through Minsel's persistent pleas, Jet shows a hand in her backpack and pulls free a plushie of some sort. Once she realizes that she's been pickpocketed, Minsel's chief turns to panic.
I've been wondering what this was. Does it have a walkie-talkie inside it or something?
Jet pores over the felt Zergling, searching it for a button or speaker of some kind.
Hey, give it back, that is!
Doesn't seem electronic. Is this really just a doll?
It's not just a doll, it's a mood!
Minseo managed to get her hands on the link, prying it away with more force than Jet was ready for. She cradles the stuffed Zergling protectively.
Weeks were hard when the club lost all its members. Even though we're back in action, I'm still friends with Mood and Probe Good. I hope you take care of him both!
Why was the probe's name Probe, but the Zergling's name is Mood?
Listen, we're done trying to apply logic to this. Miso, you're unique, and I love that about you, but don't get caught talking to stuffed animals in public.
When we don't offer any further judgment, Miso nods and shows obvious relief.
I thought I'd been careful so far. Anyway, I'm probably gonna be late to school, but it was worth to stop by. I'll tell you now, you guys said hi.
She and Jet share a quick hug before taking off. Do you want to practice before you interview? StarCraft, I mean.
I don't think I have time. I was going to head out right now, actually. You're coming with me, aren't you? I want to get lunch beef after.
If that's an invitation, I'll take it.
Well, you're out. Do you mind taking a trip to the store? There's a list of what we need on the whiteboard.
Well, I guess not.
Killer, thanks!
You know what? Let's go to that interview in the next episode and end it here. Because I feel like I need to land in the kitchen for a longer time. Anywho, for now, hope you enjoyed. Damn, this good is super good. I freaking love the story in it. Anywho, hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you tomorrow as well, because we'll continue tomorrow, obviously. Until then, bye bye.